Hello. We're going to start today's class on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet come together, knees butterfly open. Bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Know that you can bring blocks underneath the knees if this is uncomfortable. Kleenex boxes work as well if you don't have blocks. And we'll start by taking a deep breath in through the nose. And an open mouth, exhale it out. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale it out. And then settle into your Ujjayi breath. Trace that breath through the nose. Notice it in the throat. Let it fill up the lungs. And then send it deep into the belly. Full belly expansion. Feeling the belly expand into the hand as well as along the sides of the rib cage and the belly. Let there be a slight pause. And then exhale that air back out. Tracing it back up through the throat and back out the nose. See if you can soften your face. Soften the neck and the shoulders. And simply listen to one breath at a time. Taking this practice one pose at a time. And knowing that life is much like that. We take things one day at a time. Not worrying too much about what tomorrow will bring, and certainly not what next month will bring. But focusing on what we need to get through in just the next moment, and allowing our breath to guide us. Three more cycles of breath. Knees slowly draw together. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze, maybe a little bit of rolling around one side and then the other direction. And then we'll come to a tabletop on our backs. Arms reach straight up. Knees are at a 90-degree bend. About hip distance apart. Push the lower back down. Keeping the head on the earth, nice light core exercises here. Feet are flexed. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, right arm reaches overhead, left leg goes long. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, left arm reaches, right leg goes forward. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, change sides. Exhale to center. Inhale, change sides. Exhale, back to center. Two more times each side with your breath. Right arm reaches back. Return to tabletop. Left arm reaches back. And come to tabletop. Arms come long at your sides. Left foot to the earth. Right ankle crosses over the left thigh. Take cactus arms off to the side, and then release the knees over to the left. Sole of the right foot comes to the earth. Gaze over to the right. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Knees come back up to center, right foot to the earth. Left ankle crosses over that right thigh. Twist on over to the right, gaze to the left. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Release the air out. Come back to center, knees into the chest, hands underneath the thighs. Rock and roll 2 or 3 times, and then make your way to a tabletop. On an inhale, lift chin and chest to the sky for a cow pose. Exhale, round the back to come into cat. Inhale, return to cow. Deeper stretch for the belly this time. Exhale, round for cat. Really push those shoulder blades up. Gaze to the belly button. One more time. Inhale, return to cow. Exhale, round to come into cat pose. Walk your hands to your knees. We'll take a gate pose. Let me turn to you here. Right leg goes off to the side. Sole of the foot on the earth. Right arm's long at your side. Left arm reaches tall. Take a deep breath in. Stretch the side body. Exhale to lean on over to the right. Find a few cycles of breath here. Gaze can go up. Open up the heart to the sky. Return to center. Hands come down to the earth. Send your left knee off to the side just a little bit. Child's pose variation. Send the hips back. Keep that right leg long. Sole of the foot on the earth. Your forehead might come down to the earth. It might not. Feel this stretch along the inside of the right leg. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale, push those hips back just a little bit further. Stretch the fingertips forward and then rise back up to a tabletop position. Walk the hands on up, tall spine. Send the left foot off to the side, sole of the foot on the earth. Right arm reaches tall. Stretch out the side body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lean on over to the left. Gaze up to the right bicep. And breathe here. Returning to center. Hands come to the earth. Send that right knee just a little bit off to the side. Hips stretch on back for that child's pose variation. Stretching out the inner left thigh. Hips reach a little bit further back. Fingertips forward. And then rise back up to that tabletop. Tuck the toes under. Send the hips high, downward facing dog. So you might need to walk the hands forward. It's a common error to take too short of a stance in your down dog because we all think that our heels need to be on the earth. They don't. Feet are typically hip distance apart. On an inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale to lower them, bringing the ankles into this practice. Inhale, lift the heels. You might notice some cracking going on. That's all good. And lower them. Inhale, wave it forward, high plank. Make sure that your elbows and shoulders and wrists are all in line with one another. Fingers spread nice and wide. Draw the belly in. Exhale, send it back. Down dog. Inhale, wave it forward, high plank. Pause here. Nice firm legs. Draw the belly in. Push the earth away. Lower all the way down to the belly. Turn the toes so they're pointed. Arms reach overhead. Pinkies really push down into the earth. Head is lifted. Then go ahead and lift the arms, the chin, chest. Take cactus arms here. Elbows lower a little bit. Palms reach a little bit higher. And then stretch the arms long at your sides. Lift a little bit higher with the shoulders. Bring the shoulders away from the ears. Deep breath in. Exhale, release it down. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Come to your knees. Tuck the toes under. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And out. Step the feet to the outer edges of the mat. Root into the right hand. Take the left hand and reach for the right ankle. Gaze underneath that right armpit. You might be able to lower your heels a little bit more here. No worries if you can't. And then change sides. Left hand roots down. Push the hips back and reach the right hand for that left ankle. Gaze up under the armpit. Right hand returns. Walk the feet forward, coming into a ragdoll. Hinging forward here, feet are hip distance apart. Start with a nice deep knee bend, palms on the earth so that you can really bring the crown of the head down. You're gazing through your legs here, and then maybe making a picture frame of the face. Another option is to interlace fingers behind the back and send the knuckles overhead. What do you need today? Maybe it's a little swaying side to side. And then releasing hands to the earth, toe, heel, feet together. Inhale, lift halfway. You can bend the knees deeply, crown of the head reaches forward, hips sink back. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale to reach to the sky, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Close the eyes for Samasthiti. The knees and thighs lift here. Belly draws in, shoulders soften. We'll take a cycle of breath here in gratitude for someone or something in your day today. And a cycle of breath in forgiveness of yourself or of another. And a cycle of breath to set an intention for today's practice. Perhaps it is just to simply take things one breath, one moment at a time. Releasing your arms to your sides, palms face forward, opening the eyes. We'll take a few sun A's. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Arms reach to the sky. Exhale, hinging forward. Uttanasana, crown of the head toward the earth. Inhale, lift halfway. On the exhale, plant the hands to step it back, high plank. We'll take a modification on this first one. Come to the knees. Still shift your weight forward, face forward, lower halfway, just to the height of the elbows. Inhale through, upward facing dog. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. So that's a variation on your knees that you can take throughout the entire practice. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. On the inhale, come to the top of the mat, lifting halfway. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale to reach tall, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, hinging forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to step it back. High to low plank, maybe coming to the knees. Inhale through, upward facing dog. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Push into your knuckles and fingertips, more so than the base of the palm. On an inhale, come to the top of the mat, lift halfway. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale, rising up, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. One last, Sun A. Inhale, lifting halfway. You can also bring hands to the shins. Exhale to hinge, plant the hands, step it back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. On the inhale, come to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale to hinge forward. Bend the knees deeply. Hips reach to the back of the mat. Chair pose as the arms lift. This is also known as a lightning bolt. There's some zig and a zag here. Notice where your weight is between the feet. See if you can be even between right and left, and then draw more weight into your heels. Be careful so that the ankles don't collapse in. Think about magnets kind of drawing away from each other here. Take another deep breath in. On the exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to step the left foot to the back of the mat. About a 45-degree angle with the foot. Right knee over ankle. Rise up, warrior one. Lower body surrenders here. Left thigh spins toward earth. Reach a little bit taller, and on the exhale, airplane the arms. Hover torso over front thigh. Reach the crown of the head forward. Still push into your left heel, that back heel. Rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands come to the earth, stepping it back, high to low plank, or skip it and just go right to a down dog. Come through to an up dog if you're taking the full flow, and then send it back. Down dog. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, chair pose. Soften the shoulders by curling the pinkies in. And pay attention to those ankles. One more deep breath in. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Push down into the left foot, rise up, warrior one. Lower body surrenders, draw the left hip back as the right thigh spins toward earth. On an exhale, airplane the arms, crown of the head reaches forward, one long line from the back heel, right out the crown of the head. Draw the left hip in, belly draws in. Inhale to reach back up tall, warrior one. Hands come through heart center as they come down to the earth. Send it back to a down dog or take the flow. High to low plank. Inhale through up dog. Exhale it back. Down dog. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. So we're going to flow through that, just one breath per movement. Another deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to the back of the mat with the left foot. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, reach the arms tall. Exhale it to the earth, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, airplane the arms. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale it down to the earth, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath in and out. My mat is slipping, so I got to move that. Take another deep breath in. Send the air out. Inhale, right leg lifts high. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Lower that knee down to the wrist. Lift it to the armpit. Send that leg back up high. Exhale, twist to the left. Tricep. Send it down to the wrist. Lift it back up. Send it high to the sky. On the exhale, step it forward. Low lunge. Bring both hands inside that front foot. Make small circles with the hips. To the left first. And then to the right. Just loosening up the hips. Come back to neutral. Hands to opposite sides of the front foot. Front knee is directly over the ankle. Back heel is lifted. Root down into that right heel. Draw your right hip in. Rise up, crescent lunge. Set your gaze, your drishti right in front of you. Know that you can bring your left knee down to the earth here. It's a great modification for this pose. Or you can stay with the knee lifted. One more deep breath in. Reach tall. Exhale, high twist to the right. Exalted Warrior. Right hand reaches down the back leg. Maybe it touches. Left arm reaches up. Return to the twist. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, fist of fire. Open mouth breath. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, fist of fire. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, one more time. Inhale, crescent. On this exhale, hands come to the earth inside the front foot. Release the left knee down to the earth, leg long. Toe heel to right foot way far forward so the ankle's in front of the knee. Runner's lunge. You can stay here at tall arms or come down to your forearms. Keep your gaze long so that your breath is nice and open. Three more cycles of breath here. Come up to tall arms. Tuck the back toes under. Lift that back knee. Send the right leg high to the sky, three-legged downward dog. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Releasing that heel toward the left shoulder, opening up side body. You can stay there. For those of you who like to flip your dog, you rotate on the left hand, bringing the right foot down to the earth. Lift the hips high, and then arm reaches overhead. Gaze to the fingertips. Hand reaches back up to the sky. Flip it back over. Three-legged downward dog. Right leg is lifted. Exhale, step it forward. Rotate the back foot flat. Rise up, warrior two. Arms reach front to back. Slight turning in of that back foot's okay. Nothing major. Front knee tracks towards pinky toe. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Push the knuckles down. Send the gaze up. Feel that stretch in the collarbones. Exhale, hinge forward, humble warrior. So you're hinging inside of that front knee, releasing the neck and the crown of the head. Push the earth away with that right heel so that you don't have a lot of tension in your right hip crease. And on an inhale, slowly return to warrior two. Shift the rib cage forward. Side angle pose is next. Release that right hand inside of the front ankle or to a block. Left arm reaches tall. Flip the palm to rotate the shoulder. Bring it behind the back for a half bind. Maybe working that left hand all the way over to the right thigh. Now, some of you might take a full bind, but I would caution you against that. Just because sometimes when we take that full bind, all of a sudden we're facing the earth and tweaking ourselves. If you stay with the half bind, you stay with that nice open shoulder. Gaze comes down to the right foot. Half moon is going to be next, but we're going to press into it. So toe heel the left foot forward a little bit so that your knee is directly over the right ankle. Bring your hand in front of you and then press into half moon. Right hand reaches to the sky. You might have some little balance tweaks. It's all good. Eventually flexing the left foot, turning toes to the ceiling, and finding your breath. One breath at a time. Top hand to the earth for a standing splits. All that means is that you're squaring off your hips a little bit more. Crown of the head to the earth. Maybe push that right hamstring back a little bit. Lifting your gaze. Bend the front knee, step the left foot to the back of the mat. And rise up, warrior one. Straightening the front leg, we'll set up a pyramid pose. Right hand comes to the hip crease. You might step your left foot in like an inch or two, maybe 3 inches. Inhale, reach taller with that left arm, lengthen out the side body. Exhale, hinge forward, just halfway, flat back. Reach the right arm forward, and then lower all the way down. Lead with the chest. I like to bring the block in front of my big toe and push into that block. Crown of my head then is reaching for the big toe. Pushing the right hip back. And then knowing that this stretch should be in the belly of your right hamstring. If you're feeling it behind the knee, then take a little micro bend until that tension is released. Lift your gaze. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Maybe move the block a little bit off the mat. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale, rising up tall, mountain pose. Exhale, hands come to heart center. So let's release that hip that we just worked a little bit. I'll turn to you for this. We'll cross that right ankle over the left thigh. Sink into a chair pose. You're bending the left knee and letting the right knee release down toward the earth. Weight is in the left heel. Toes are light. Hips are sinking back. And then you can hinge even further forward and bring the elbows to the foot and the knee, maybe pushing that knee open a little bit more. And we'll lift the torso, straighten the left leg, and release the foot to the earth. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale to hinge forward. Separate the feet to the outer edges of the mat and come into a Yogi Squat Malasana. Hands come to heart center, close the eyes. And return to the intention that you set at the beginning of class. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches tall for a little bit of a twist. Change sides, left hand down, tricep is inside the knee, right arm reaches high. Hand returns to the earth. Come on to your backs for just a little bit of core work before we take the other side. We are going to take some eagle crunches. So as we're on our back, knees up to the sky, cross that right leg over the left as tight as you can. Squeeze the thighs together, reach the arms overhead. And then the right arm comes underneath the left. So just like in an eagle pose, the palm of the hand might be inside, or the right fingertips might be inside the left palm. Push lower back down. Now my fingertips will reach overhead and my toes point. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, elbows to knees, lift the shoulders off of the earth. Inhale it back down. Exhale and lift. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. We're going to 8. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. And exhale. Deep breath in. Last one. Exhale. Hold it at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it. Full body stretch. Toes point forward. Fingertips reach back. And we'll set up the other side. Left leg crosses over the right thigh. Left arm comes under. Reach those fingertips to touch the earth behind the head. Come to the big toe of the right foot. Deep breath in. Exhale and lift. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale, elbows to knees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I think we're at 5. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Hold it at the top for 5. Draw that belly in. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Full body stretch. Arms come long at your sides. Bring your feet into the sit bones. We'll take a bridge pose here to release those abdominal muscles. So push down into the head to tuck the shoulders under. Push into the lower back. Roll back the arms. Bend the elbows, fingertips straight up. Now push down into the arms, but let the shoulders soften. Push into the feet, lift the hips. Gaze is straight up. You don't have to look at me for this portion of class. Just stay with the bridge. Protect the neck. And then lower hips to the earth. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Hands under thighs. Rock and roll. And then make your way to down dog. Take a few cycles of breath here. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Lower it to the wrist. Lift it to the tricep, send it high. Exhale, twist to the right. Lower it to the wrist. Lift, send it high. On the exhale, step it forward. Low lunge. Both hands inside the front foot. Little circles with the hips. One direction. And then the other. Hands come to opposite sides of the front foot. Nice wide stance. Knee is over ankle. Push down into the left foot. Back heel is lifted. Rise up, crescent lunge. Once you're here, let that right thigh lift toward the sky. Deep breath in. Reach tall. Exhale, high twist to the left. Maybe that back heel lifts a little bit higher. Imagine that you're stepping that heel on a wall behind you. Exalted Warrior, left arm reaches down, right arm high. Return to the twist. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, fist of fire. Bend that back knee. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, fist of fire. Inhale, one more time. Exhale. Inhale, reach into crescent. Exhale, hands to the earth. Inside that front foot, right leg reaches long behind you. Knee comes down. Toe heel the left foot far forward. Stay here at tall arms or come down to your forearms. Three more cycles of breath. Rising back up to tall arms. Tuck the back toes under. Send that left leg high. Three-legged downward dog. Bend the knee, stack the hips. See if you can keep your shoulders square, especially if you're staying here. Or go ahead, flip your dog. Rotate on the right hand. Reach the left hand high to the sky first. Lift your hips toward it. And then reach the hand overhead. Hand reaches back up to the sky. Flip it over, three-legged downward dog. Exhale, stepping it forward. Rising up, warrior two. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Push the knuckles down. Gaze goes up. Feel that stretch in the collarbones as you reach the shoulders back, and then exhale to hinge forward, humble warrior. Torso is inside of that front leg. Slowly rise back up, warrior two. Rib cage reaches forward, side angle pose. Release the left hand to that block or just let it hover. Flip the top palm. Bring that hand behind the back for a half bind. Maybe working those fingertips all the way over to the thigh, or maybe it's at mid-back today. One pose at a time. Know that you can always take a child's pose and join back in whenever you are feeling ready. Gaze comes down to the left foot. Toe heel the right foot forward. Bring that block in front of you. Push down into the left leg to lift into half moon. Right arm reaches to the sky. Find your breath once again. Top hand to the earth for standing splits. Crown of the head comes down. Square off the hips. Lift the gaze, bend the front knee, step the right foot back. Rise up, warrior one. We'll straighten that front leg. Maybe step the back foot in. Left hand to the hip crease. Right arm reaches tall. Begin to hinge forward. Come to a flat back. Left arm reaches forward. And then slowly lower the hands to the earth on the opposite sides of the front foot or to a block. Again, you can press into that block to draw that hip back, maximize the stretch. But bend the left knee a little bit if that's where you're finding the stretch, is behind the knee. You really want to find it in the belly of this left hamstring. Gaze lifts. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Lift that left foot, cross it over your right thigh, and sink back into a chair. A little bit more weight into the heel of that right foot. And then begin to hinge forward. You can always use a chair to help stabilize you, or you could use your block, bringing both hands to the block. It's a great option. Lift the torso, straighten the leg, set the left foot down. Arms reach high to the sky. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hand, step it back. High plank. Lower all the way down to the belly. We're going to open up the shoulders here. Left arm goes out, straight out from the body. Right hand's underneath the shoulder. And then just turn to your left side. Head down on the earth. And then if you'd like, you can bring your right foot behind you. Knee up to the sky. And simply breathe here. Sometimes it's not so simple. You have a lot of tension in your shoulder. Remind yourself to take it one breath at a time, knowing that it really is up to you when you're going to come out of this pose. Slowly come back to center. Change sides. The left hand comes under the shoulder. Right arm goes out long. Roll onto your right side. Maybe bring the sole of the left foot behind you. Listen to each inhale and each exhale. See if you can lengthen them out and allow the body to come. Slowly come back to center. Bring that right hand underneath the shoulder and push it back for a rabbit's pose. So knees are slightly open here to give room for your face. Hands reach for your back heels, forehead to the earth. We'll slowly rise up to a down dog. The last down dog of this practice. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. On your inhale, come to the top of the mat. Come to a seat. Legs can go straight out in front of you. And we'll start here by bending that left knee off to the side. Sole of the foot into the right thigh. Arms reach tall. Turn that left shoulder towards pinky toe. And exhale to hinge forward. Now keep a nice straight back. And if your hands reach all the way for the foot, great. If they're by the knee, great. One breath at a time, reaching the forehead forward and just feeling the stretch in the hamstring, in the back. A great little option is to reach the left hand for the side of the foot. Maybe find some leverage by bringing the right hand next to the hip. Gaze toward the shin. And then we'll rise back up. Straighten that left leg. Shake the legs out a little bit. Woo. And then bring the sole of the right foot into the left thigh. Knee off to the side. Arms reach tall. Turn right shoulder towards pinky toe. And hinge forward. Gaze toward the shin. Proud chest. Same option on this side. Take the right hand, reach for the outside edge of that foot. Maybe the left hand comes next to you and you twist a little bit. And then we'll rise back up. Come onto your back. Give yourself a squeeze. Goalpost the arms here. 90-degree bend with the knees. Allow the knees to release over to the left. Gaze to the right. Think of this as a chair pose that's supported by the earth. Draw the knees back up to center. Find neutral once again. And then allow those knees to come over to the right. Gaze to your left. Knees come back to center. Give yourself a squeeze. Tight little ball. Reach for the soles of your feet. Forehead come into the knees. And Shavasana. Final resting pose. Allow your heels to become heavy. Legs nice and loose. Soften the shoulders, the jaw. And come back to your breath. Be in this moment. And then the next. Knowing that that is enough. That you can handle this moment. That you are enough. Find a little bit of movement, head side to side, fingers and toes. Stretching the arms long overhead, full body stretch. Arch the back on an inhale. Exhale, bending the knees, rolling to your right side. Rising up to Sukhasana, a cross-legged seated position. Hands can come to heart center. We'll take a few breaths together, offering up gratitude for this yoga practice. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, thumbs to third eye center. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Bowing it forward. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you next time.